writing and recording and producing an album at the same time. Why not? No edits required. A couple after the fact maybe, but not many. Something about having to do it makes us do it. Belief when you don't know, but you think it exists. Disbelief when you don't know and you don't think it exists. Agnostic when you're not sure. That's where I was. But now, because of evidence, I know that there is higher intelligence. And I know something about it. Part of it lives in light. This thing expected me to make a right here, because I always do. And it always follows me wherever I go. They do, more than one. But because I'm just waiting, it's confused. You might think there's nothing there. Use your eyes. Then you might think I made this. And if you know me, you know I couldn't. I've never done anything visual to fool anyone. I don't know how. I haven't had time to learn it. Nor would I want to. Or maybe I got someone to do it. Yeah, who's gonna do this with me? Can't even get people I know to watch this. If you believe in it, this could be a very important video. And if you don't, you're looking at nothing. The evidence part of this happened 6 years ago. And right off the bat, I was open about it to anyone. Because of that experience now, I have my beliefs about people's beliefs. And what I think is that there was something done to us on purpose by this intelligence when we were engineered. If someone should stumble upon the truth, it will not be taken seriously. And that's instinctual. It's not a conspiracy. It's a reflex. And some people don't have it. Some people have somehow avoided that reflex. And because of that, the group turns on them, which is the mechanism that was designed to prevent us from having influence in the game of life. They listen to us playing guitars at night. And I know where they came from. And it's a tough one to even tell somebody. But one thing I can say is they are great artists. Humanoids are blowing that mind all over the place. For over 5 years, I have had these guys with me everywhere I go, every day, every night. shot this video above my in-laws' house at my grandson's covenant with God ceremony. And I guess it worked. And the inferences are vast. And everyone I know can just snap right back into their lives after seeing this. I cannot. For me not to pursue this for the rest of my life would be a huge tragedy. Script for this, there's no art department, nothing's pre-made. You know what there is? There's a phone, a tablet only recently, and a couch I sit on. That's my tools. And I just process what I've shot with my phone, and I put music to it. Started back in May 2019, and immediately I was given the appropriate downloads or whatever to know my history. The history I needed to learn, which I was pointed at. And it all starts in Mesopotamia with Sumerians and Anunnakis and Enki and Enlil, and all the first things written are not myths. And one thing I've learned is they work in a way that we don't. It just fits three things at once. It's hard to explain it. It reads to us as miracles. And it, hopefully, I'm wrong about this, but as I've been finalizing this episode, there is something called 3-1 Atlas coming towards us. In the solar system, 3 because it's the third interstellar object ever found. That means a controlled craft mostly. No one will say that. It's not adhering to any known physics. And you know what? It has a companion craft with it, and they're both changing their directions at the same time. So it's obviously controlling and routing. And it's probably Nibiru. My thoughts. Because the age of Aquarius has started, and they come during that. It's like 4 years for president, 2,600 for gods. When this thing all started, a friend of mine was like, "Why you?" And I actually had to think about it for a while. When I was in 6th grade in 1973, we were tested for IQ and a strange other test, psychic ability. There were these cards with symbols, And we were supposed to guess what each symbol was attached to, a thought or some representation. Next morning, I got called to the library. I had to retake that test. This time I was observed by men with suits and name tags. When I got home from school that day, those men were in my kitchen with my parents. They were discussing relocating because I had scored the highest score on the psychic test ever scored. None of this was to my liking. I did not want to be different. I did not want to be put with those smart kids that never talked. I did not like these guys. I did not like the fact that they wanted us to move, and I protested. Nothing became of it. I never talked about it again, hardly. I totally put it away until now, when I remembered it recently, working on this, and I started researching that test. And it turns out they were looking for people to communicate to the aliens. I was dealing with a language here, a visual language I understood. I just noticed and took pictures of as I worked on a guitar. I always thought this represented Quetzalcoatl, the Venusian, intelligent, feathered serpent god that works for Enki as an agent to scout humans who can somehow communicate with them, which I was. I have developed my antimatter brain, I'm proud to say. That's what he said in the book I read by him in the Vatican's library. By Quetzalcoatl, writes books. Also wrote the famous children's book, You Can't Spell Quetzalcoatl. I was never scared of him. I mean, he'd eat me immediately if he wanted to. If you're still alive, things are going well around an intelligent dinosaur. But he did seem pretty freaky. There's components of him. One of them was eating human souls, I believe. I heard them from inside the mouth. But I was a good person. Extinguished. But I was a good person. Whoosh. One guy said I was a rotten person and I didn't hear him get burned up. Unbelievable. I certainly was a rotten person. I've literally planned my one of these I'm going to make to show to the church to be a miracle award, whatever they give. But this certainly is one. I mean, look at these guys. Incas, whatever. Mayans, I don't know. They're some kind of Indians that I sanded. All different ones by accident. I just noticed at first they look weird and took pictures. You can tell stories using these guys. Montezuma, all these guys. I mean, look at these things. Look in the mouth. That is a voodoo guy. That's a guy in that mouth of that Mayan with a name. That's also a song I like called Barren Saturday. Never knew it was a real thing. I mean, this is deep magic we're talking about that I became entwined with. I had to stay light on my feet. You can't get serious around this. It's all kind of funny, even if it's terrible. It's cartoon funny. And I could tell you stories and situations. The first night of it, I said out loud, wow, because we had taken a couple mushrooms. That's what opened me up to it. And saw them. And they should be in every psychology toolbox because my head was so clear. And 5 minutes later, my phone is alive with notifications from a dating site I never finished filling out. I never had one hit. All psychologists, all pretty single psychologists all over the East Coast, dated a few, and I had to tell them each one of them they were conjured by mushrooms. This was sanding. This is not supposed to have teeth and eyeballs and freckles. These were pieces of wood for a pickguard that have retained personalities and identities throughout the process. And everything that touched it became of artwork, including me. I can't sand things into artwork form. I can't even paint. I've never done visual art, and I can't not do it now. Here I am, producing these puppets, whatever I'm doing here. I was the paintbrush. This is one of those Wild Oak miracle type things times 1,000. When I thought to myself, why am I getting this information? Why is this happening? It was the first time I heard the artist talk. And what he said was, I showed you more because you believed and you're beautiful. And I'm not going to argue with that. There's a story with this sandpaper. Look at the top left, sort of. See, there could be a man with a big white cottony beard and a woman to the right of him. They are Africans. Look at the bottom of the beard. There are Hasidics weaving his beard into something. Okay? They are also the galleons of a slave ship, the spikes that you used to attach the slaves to. Between him and her, there could be a child. See him? The little dwarf child. Could be behind bars. In fact, he's kind of the cornerstone of some kind of big megalithic building. Now, the woman is Egyptian. She has the snake motif coming out of her head in a weird way. This has to be some commentary on non-empathy for the slaves in the 1700s after having spent so much time as slaves in Egypt. Nothing else it can be. It's a commentary. Oh, look, the little kid's playing with the snake. I know this whole story's been weird, but it is true. No weirder than having Jerry Garcia and Pigpen from the original Grateful Dead living on the front of your building for 2 months. Waiting for their bass player, Phil. And it may be possible in the future, but right now, 4-way reversible art has not been invented. COVID virus starts in spring of 2020. This shadow is on the front of my building when that event occurs. Immediately, I received Psalm 91 on my social media. I've never read a psalm before, but the first line had my attention. Paraphrase. He that dwells at the secret place, under the shadow of the Almighty, will be kept safe under his feathers from the noisome pestilence. I will give my angels charge over him